country, our homes, our children.
Just imagine holding a whole library in the palm of your hands, and to be able to also read the books in that library in your own language. And even better, the books actually talk to you.
So even though the talking books are available on the internet, everyone can go to the website mytalkingbooks.org, download the books. That solution is good for some people in Papua New Guinea, especially here in the capital city of Mosby. It's doable. But as soon as you come to the Eastern Highlands, to the Western Province, or to the Sepik, so many people don't even have cell phone reception. So how do we get these books to them as well? So the system that we thought was, okay, if we bring one person and he downloads all the books to his phone, he should have the capability to bring the books from one phone and just send them to the other phone. Well, that's a system that many Papua New Guineans use every day. And the phrase Bluetoothi mikam, I hear it quite often. And so many people use either Bluetooth or share it to share resources from one phone to the other phone. So in that way, the big problem of distribution has been solved, because any friend that has come to town and took these books home can now go back to his village, to his island, and share them with as many people as he can.
Koen Den Hartogh, a member with the Summer Institute of Linguistics PNG, is the man who initiated the creation of the Bloom Reader application. 4 years ago, he was challenged by a Papua New Guinean lawyer to use his tech skills to help the formal education system in the country. Together with his team, Education for Life, they began to look at different possibilities. Electronic books were there, but they wanted something more profound.
2017, Save the Children started the RISE program. 3 consortium partners teamed up, which was Save the Children, Callan Services, and SIL. The 3 consortium partners worked very closely together with the Department of Education in PNG, and together they came up with ideas on how to increase the standards in the early grades of the primary system. So we targeted grade 1 and grade 2, and our task was to bring our talking books that we had produced before for other partners, to bring those to Papua New Guinea. So the first thing that we had to do was to get the permission from the Department of Education to use their standard-based curriculum to bring those stories that are used every day in every school around the country, to bring those books to a talking book standard, and then put them on a phone so that they could be used in the school, but also in the homes. So after we got the permission from the Department of Education, we started building the books.
Koen Den Hartogh is from the Netherlands and has been working with SIL for the last 13 years. During the launch of the talking books last month, he said he understands the struggles of reading and understanding a different language. Creating talking books has been one of the greatest gifts he can give to a country that has become almost like his second home.
One of the big challenges with implementing any electronic solution for education in Papua New Guinea is power. 80% of the people in Papua New Guinea live in a rural setting, so those schools there are schools that have no power. So when we started dreaming about talking books in a classroom setting, first of all, you can't just say, let's bring laptops, because you have to bring generators as well. And we never wanted to go for that kind of a solution. So we said, okay, we start with solar power in mind. We want to bring one solar panel, and that should be it. And we have to think from that point on. So when we started to think like that, we said, okay, if we have a solar power, we have a limited amount of power, but it means that we can probably still run a projector. And fortunately, the world of technology is moving fast. These days we have the little projectors that are as big as your hand, and they can run on one solar panel. for the entire day. And fortunately, there's enough sun in Papua New Guinea that that thing will indeed run the whole day on a solar panel.
It was really good to see that, oh, okay, my work, the kids are benefiting of it.
Petra Totome is a young woman who plays a significant role in creating these books. She says there is no better feeling like that of creating something that will help her country and more.
Dana, a baby chicken.
So that like many more people can get involved in building like a large collection of local language books. So Bloom as a software is very easy to use, like I said, and it includes features for like PDF booklets, calendars, picture dictionaries that like people that are not familiar with computers can easily catch up and learn. Bloom to be shared offline in the books that we have created. So the big thing right now is we have these great tools for kids in lower primary level to use, and the big hope that we want is for people to be aware of this. You know, there's a great resource for out there for students to help them to read and learn and at least actually understand like stories, and if they can have it in their in Tokpisin or in a vernacular tongue that they do understand the meaning of, and then if it's translated into English as well, then they do know the meaning of the books and the stories.
Through this initiative, anybody in Papua New Guinea, anywhere you are, can have access to a library. All they have to do is download the Bloom Reader app on Google Play, and you will have access to a whole range of books.
The books are now also available in sign language. And so the inclusive education division of the Department of Education has been very, very supportive of what we have been doing. So we've worked together with Callan Services, and they have sent some of their deaf people and some of their consultants to come and translate our books from English into Papua New Guinean Sign Language. Papua New Guinean Sign Language is now an official language in Papua New Guinea, and it's used in the IERCs, basically the schools for the deaf children. And so what we did was we made this resource available, all the standard-based curriculum stories of grade 1 and 2 in sign language. And so the reaction from the department was really rewarding for us, because we've worked hard. We've, especially from the side of SL International, they have really worked hard to get this resource to be able to do these things.
2 weeks ago, through the Talking Books, education for persons with disabilities has now moved on to a whole new level with the introduction of Talking Books. Now the books have another added feature.
Eye-opening for the other organizations, partner organizations, to really see the work we are doing here, the importance of our work, and coming to really support us where the need is, and to make education fair for all children.
Program coordinator of Kalan Services Gerahu, Belinda Sausi, has worked with people with disabilities for 5 years. She explained that it is very difficult to find resources in the PNG context for children and people with disabilities.
I find it very useful over the years. Teachers of the deaf and with children with other disabilities, they struggle to teach the children because no ready-made materials are available. Now with the introduction of this app, it sets a foundation for the learning and teaching material for the deaf and other children with disabilities.
It has lifted the teaching and learning of inclusive education as well as general education to another level, especially in the area of resources to aid teaching and learning. Now we're looking at technology that's going to actually support teaching and learning at a higher level. As far as the e-book being produced, they're an excellent resource material because Apart from the books, it's pretty hard to provide them to many schools, especially in the remote areas. So when you have an app that can be that books can be accessed through that kind of app, and it means that it's giving a whole new dimension of teaching and learning that our children can learn and be better in understanding what they're learning at the school.
Teachers like Miss Thomas now have better resources to help their students.
They have their sessions from Monday to Thursdays. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays from 8 o'clock to 12. They have normal lessons like other schools in the mainstream schools. And Thursdays, they have only sign language lessons. So we put up some new words of vocabulary for each week. Any words that we come across with their meanings and their signs. Given me the heart to work, the desire to work with these students who cannot understand things. Now that we know their language, it's a different language altogether, which I find it very interesting that other people don't know, but I know how to communicate with them. So I'm happy when other people say, so you are the deaf teacher. So yeah, this makes me happy to continue help them.
Okay, so the books are now available in
Education for Life, led by Koen, is hoping that everyone can know about this new educational resource and use it. He says it doesn't matter where you are in the country. You can have and create a book in your own language.
I can see things far away. I'm talk animal zebra, I'm not looking something stuff long way.